Today I'll talk about electrical field. So first things you have to know, electrical field is symbol is E and it has a vector sign. So vector, we don't know if there is any vector, we can add them up, we can subtract them or add them up. So this is the first things, that electrical field is symbol for E. Okay. So my question is, 2 points charge of the same magnitude but opposite sign are fixed to either end of the base of an isosceles triangle as the drawing shows. The electrical field midpoint M between the charge has a magnitude EM. The field directly above the midpoint at point P has a magnitude EP. The ratio of these two fields magnitude is EM divided by EP is equal 8. Find the angle theta in the drawing. So first what we have to do, we have to draw. And it's saying what? There is a midpoint, this is M, and one is 2 point charge of the same magnitude. Their magnitude is the same, but direction is opposite sign. Sorry. So one is Q plus Q, one is negative Q, and above the midpoint there is it's point P in there. Directly above the midpoint at point P. So directly above the midpoint is P. So what we have to do, we have to find out the angle. Theta. Okay. First thing, if you see this kind of reaction, what you have to do, we have to do first is for P, at point P you have to find out the electrical field, and point M you have to find out the electrical field. So if you want to find out these two, EP and EM, electrical field. If you see this kind of reaction, for M, electrical field on M, it's very simple. Why? Because this one is in only one direction, like a horizontal direction. But for P, this is not only one direction, it's two. So any kind of electrical field you see, just draw them. The two things you have to know. First things is, if there is a positive sign, the electrical field would be outward. So for example, if there is a positive sign, the electrical field would be outward. That means electrical field is like that. If there is a negative sign, the electrical field would be inward. So this is the electrical field for positive sign, this is the electrical field for negative signs. So you understand how does it work. Okay. So first find out the P. So positive sign, we do know our electrical field would be outward. So you see electrical field is outward. For negative sign, electrical field would be inward. Okay, so for you to understand, I'm drawing that separately. We want to find out the angle theta in there. Okay. So for easy to understand, this one is a positive, so electrical field E plus, this is E minus. Okay. So right now look what happened. This is the X component for both, and this is the Y component for this one, and this is the Y component for negative charge. This is the positive charge Y component. So look what happened. For positive charge Y component is going to the upward. Negative charge Y component is going to the downward. So what is their electrical field in Y component? The electrical field in Y component, their magnitude is same. So one is going to the upward, one is going to the downward. So the electrical field is 0 because they cancel out with each other, because electrical field is a vector. So vector, we do know we can add them up. So if you add them up, what would be? The result would be 0. Why result is 0? Because they are going to the opposite direction. So in a vector, if something is going to the opposite direction, its result is 0, and if their magnitude is the same. So different magnitude, it would be the different story. Okay, so we find out the y component is 0, so we are fine. Right now, the x component. So what happened to the x component? We do know that for positive sign, it's going to the this direction. So ex positive. This positive sign means we are talking about this one. So ex means x component. E cos theta. We do know this is E, this is cos theta for x component. For ex negative is also E cos theta. For total EP, it would be for x component ex e cos theta plus E cos theta. And I'm not drawing the vector sign because you do know everything is a electrical field is a vector. So this is the vector sign, but I'm not drawing. Okay. So if you add them up, it comes 2E cos theta. We do know the formula for E is equal KQ R square. What is the R? R is the distance. We do know this question is isosceles triangles. That means their length, individual length is the same, or their distance is the same. So for example, R, R, R. Okay, so this is the E formula. So I'm plugging there cos theta. Okay, so we find out the EP. Right now we have to find out the EM. So for EM, what you have to do for EM, you do know for positive sign it's going to this direction, outward. For negative, it's going to the inward. So this is the vector. If it is going to the same direction, that means we can add them up. So what happened for E plus, we are talking about right now EM, okay? E plus is equal, EM is equal, what happened? E plus plus E minus. So what is the E plus is the formula? We do know KQ. What is the distance right now? So distance right now for EM, look right now. If this one is a R, so what happened to if this whole thing is a R, this point to that point is going to be, from this point to that point is going to be R by 2. For this point to that point, the distance will be R by 2. R by 2. Right now, we are plugging the R by 2 square. Sometimes students get confused because this R and this R is the same thing. It's the same. But if, for example, if there is any particular value for distance, like for example, think like a 5 meter, what we do like a KQ, instead of R, we write a 5 because it's given. But in here, we do know that their magnitude, their distance is the same. Because why? Because isosceles triangle. But for M, there is a midpoint. So this is the midpoint is going to be, what is the half distance? So half distance is going to be R by 2. KQ R by, okay, first do the different way. Okay, right now we do know KQ R square plus KQ R square. It would be easy way. So KQ is 2KQ R square. Right now we do know this R is a R by 2 square. EM is equal 2KQ R square and 4. 2kq 4r square. Total come 8kqr square. This is the EM, okay? Right now, okay. What is the EP we find out? We find out the EP is 2kq r square cos theta. And for EM we find out 8kq r square. We have a ratio. The ratio is EM EP is equal 8. What is the EM given? EM is given 8kqr square and EP is 2kqr square cos theta is equal 8. You do know this is the divided sign. So if this one is a divided sign, what happened? If you multiply them, is change. They flip. So r square is going to be go to the top right now, and 2kq is going to be into the denominator. So this 2kq and this 2kq is going to become 4. Kq cancel out, and 2 divided by 8 is comes 4. And this r square and r square is cancel out. Right? So look right now what happened. It's 4 divided by cos theta is equal 8. So 8 cos theta, if you cross multiplication is comes 8 cos theta is equal 4. Cos theta is equal this 4 by 8. 4 divided by 8. It comes half. Cos theta is equal 0.5. Theta is equal cos inverse minus 1, 0.5. If you plug into your calculator, it's going to become 0.5, 60. So this is basically 60 degree. This is basically what? 60 degree. Your theta is right now 60 degree. So this is the way you can solve your problem. First, what you have to do, if you see this kind of reaction, draw them. If this draw is given, it's easy for you. So this is the drawing of isosceles triangle. The good things about isosceles triangle is that their length or distance is the same. If this distance, that distance, or this distance is the same. Then what you have to do, for individual point, you have to find out the electrical field. For M, it's very easy. Why it's very easy? Because they are in the same direction with the only x component. There is no two components, so this is very easy. For positive sign, we do know it goes to the outward. For negative sign, it goes to the inward. For M, look right now, it's because of this is positive sign, is going to the outward, and this is the negative sign, is going to the inward. So look right now, their direction is the same. So in a vector, if that direction is the same, we add them up. So we find out the M right now. Go to the P. P right now, if you can, first of all, don't think at the same time everything that we know the distance, this one, and P we can know. First, do how is your electrical field is working. First of all, for positive sign, electrical field is going to this way. This is your electrical field for this one. For this one, electrical field is in negative. So look right now, this one we want to find out. But look, for positive electrical field, this y component is going to the upward direction. For negative fields, is y component is going to the downward. If you add them up, for y component, they cancel each other. Go to the x component. Is x component for positive sign is going to this way, right? Also for negative charge is going to also this way. If we add them up, what happened? It comes E EP is equal 2kq r squared cos theta. Their distance is the same, but this one is the different because why their midpoint is going to be the half of this distance. This is the way you can find out your theta. Sometimes it's going to be given the alpha or whatever. This is the way you can find out your angle. And I hope you guys like my video. If you really like it, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to share with your friend. Thank you for watching my videos.